Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. What do we got in this pack? We got, wow, a Johnny, Manatithe, Corey Steelcutter, 4th Year Lingus. Um, I might just not take 4th Year Lingus because I don't want to. I just don't like playing. I'm tired of the deck. And another reason is if you take this, you're passing a Johnny and Corey Steelcutter, which are two good Boros cards that maybe someone else will want to play. I do have to miss out on Manatithe, but I can live with that. We could take a Shieldred. Shieldred's just like a solid card. It is 4 mana. You could take Thassa's Oracle if you're really feeling froggy. You could just take Corey Steelcutter and kind of try and push someone into white. That's an option, although this is just way better. uh, do I just take it? I really don't want to, but it's so good. I'm just gonna take Corey Steelcutter. That's what I feel like doing. It's not correct. Again, if you want to like win or whatever, you just take 4th Year Lingus. It's one of the top like 10 cards in the whole cube. It's so busted. This pack, I love a currency converter. Am I just forcing discard every time? Maybe. Maybe not though. It's a 1 mana artifact, goes with Corey Steelcutter. You can't convince me it's otherwise. There's a Time Spiral. There's Tropical Island is okay. Everflowing Chalice, not very good. I like Time Spiral. Mystic Confluence is okay. Could take a Raucous Theater, but I don't think that's a very good place to be. Let's just see what happens here. I so badly wish High Tide was in the cube, because then I would be like excited about the Time Spiral, but now I'm just kind of, whatever. Lotus Petal pretty good with Corey Steelcutter. Good with kind of the core we have going. Jace the Mind Sculptor is also kind of sick. We'll just take a Lotus Petal, see what happens. Then we get Taiga, Bat, the expensive Wanshi Tong. Smuggler's Copter I do like. I think this is an excellent card. This is also a good card. Oculus is fine. A little hard to cast, especially if you're playing Time Spiral, you're like getting rid of your own graveyard. I don't love that. I'll take the Copter. Just fits in a wide variety of things. There's a Bailoth Prime. I feel like Death Greater's Champion just goes late all the time for some reason. Chromatic Star. We could take a Forensic Gadgeteer. We got 3-4 artifacts to investigate with. Sure. Blue artifacts get in there. There's the anger I've been looking for my whole life. And this isn't really the deck for it. More of an Urza's Bauble deck than anything. There's also VV Orniter. I've tried it before, but now we have Time Spiral, right? We have Lotus Petal, Currency Converter, bunch of artifacts, Time Spiral. It's not good, I don't think, but we're gonna keep trying VV until something happens, or I lose my mind. Pretty good with Time Warp, though. Retrofitter Foundry is also insane, right? This is a non-creature spell to go with VV. It's an artifact to go with Forensic Gadgeteer. It's cheaper. Yeah, okay, we're gonna take this. This card's insane. We do wheel Thassa's Oracle, Jace, Fairy Mastermind, and Crucible of Worlds if we're feeling that type of way. I'm gonna take Thassa's Oracle. Don't know if that's what's happening, but we got a Time Spiral. Maybe we get Tolarian Academy. I still think High Tide Time Spiral is better than Tolarian Academy Time Spiral, because you can redraw the High Tide, right? You can go like High Tide Time Spiral. High Tide gives you mana. The time you play it, so you're gonna have 6 lands, right? You play High Tide, now you have 10 mana. You cast Time Spiral, and then you untap and you get that mana again. And then if you redraw High Tide, you get that mana again. It's so much mana. Okay, this pack we have Mockingbird. This is an X spell that just copies something. Otherwise, a Mind Stone, which is okay. I can copy any creature, so that's something I have as well. I can copy like a Forensic Gadgeteer. I mean, I'll try the Mind Stone, I guess. We'll see what happens. I know there's Thespian Stage Dark Depths floating around. I don't care about that. Everflowing Chalice. Is this another looter? I just realized. We have like 10 looters in blue. We'll take a Chalice. It's a lot of artifact count. Tameo. Past the Time Warp, unfortunately. That's such a late add-in, man. This card's crazy. People need to learn. I could also take Bountiful Landscape, right? Because Time Spiral gets exiled. I'm going to take the blue-red fixing. There's a Taiga. There's also a Chariot. Chariot's really good with Constructs. I'll try it. It is an artifact. This is another data-informed decision here. That Asika's Chariot with Urza Saga is like huge positive synergy. Also good with Mishra's Workshop, actually. That's kind of interesting. I have Copter, Mindstone. Not the best workshop deck so far, but I haven't drafted a workshop deck in a hot minute, and we're only missing out on like unplayable stuff. The end stone in this deck could be interesting. I'll try a workshop just to see what happens. Underworld Breach seems like something I just want to have in my deck. If I get LED, a lot of options. Paradoxical Outcome might come around, and that would also be awesome. Wayfinder, Chariot. Definitely a weird deck so far. There's Brain Freeze. Glad I grabbed the Underworld Breach. Okay, now we gotta do some stuff. Walking Ballista, Marsh Flats. I'll take the Ballista. Brainstorm. There's a Squee. Love a Squee. Soul Guide Lantern does... It is some graveyard hate, but I think Brainstorm... I don't have any fetches, do I? No. And this... You have to spend mana to draw a card. Alright, sure. We'll just take a ton of artifacts to go with the workshop. If I get an academy, I'll be happy. This is definitely not recommended. This... I mean, it can find a workshop, I guess. Is something. Thundering Falls, Wooded Foothills... Securiton Squadron would put us into white, which I don't really want to be. Sword of the Meek is bad. I'll take... Yeah, I'll take the double on color over my first fetch. Although this fetch is also on color. If I want to play Sika's Chariot, which I'm not 100% convinced that's where I'm at yet. Kappa Cannoneer is a good card. That's a good card in the deck. I like the boots. Legion Extruder is cool, but this card is a win. What the heck? What? Bro, this is like there's 8 cards left in the pack. This isn't 7th or 8th pink Minskin Boo. I mean, you can't pass that. Prophet's Eidetic Memory with Time Spiral is cute and all, but like, what the heck? what is happening over there? I'll take a Trinket Mage. Has a lot of things it can grab. I'm not in love with this card, but it's not the worst thing. Being able to grab Retrofitter Foundry in particular, I think is nice. Caldra Complete. Ketria Triumph is triple on color, right? Yeah, we'll take that. Talisman helps me cast stuff. It's a lot of artifacts in the deck, but Talisman with Workshop, I guess, is good. You can convert colorless mana into colored mana, which I don't hate. Also lets me Minskin Boo faster. That was like the latest Minskin Boo I've ever seen in my life. Take this. Probably not playing it, although it's kind of cool. In a deck like this, I can usually empty my hand quite quickly, so I could see that potentially being... I'll put it by Cedar Wayfinder. Potentially being useful just because you're drawing 3 cards. The Madness, I have a currency converter, I guess. I could like instant speed it out and then draw it. It's okay with Copter too. Take the Lava Man. Not playing any of these. Okay. Last pick Vengevine. You know, I was trying to make this work. There's a Bazaar. Why do they do this to me? Can I pass Bazaar? I have Brain Freeze, Underworld Breach. I just need Lion's Eye Diamond and then Bazaar goes crazy. But I could take like other stuff and not have to worry about that. Because literally besides that, I don't know how much Bazaar does for me. It's good. I passed a Squee. Someone else took my Squee. There's a Vengevine. No, it's probably like an Oliphant, Occult Epiphany, Spell Piercer, or a Bauble. If this wheels and I find Lion's Eye Diamond, definitely taking this. But in the moment, Bauble right now, Trinket Mage, Gadgeteer, also good with Vivi. Sure. Grab a Bauble. That's a Mox Opal. Oh, that's an Academy. Okay. Okay. We're doing stuff now. Really good pack. Maybe Mox Opal wheels, but Tolarian Academy is nuts in this deck. We have our mana generation now. This literally my gripe. Just High Tide does effectively the same thing as Tolarian Academy is doing here. Just High Tide. You don't have to build an artifact deck. You just play one High Tide and you're happy. It is what it is. There's another Talisman. Deck Faden's kind of awesome. Draw discard, really good setting up Underworld Breach stuff. Just a good card. Chrome Box, also pretty good with Academy, but not necessary. I'll take Deck Faden. There's an Urza. That is a good card. There's also a Steam Vent and a Counterspell. But Urza is kind of nuts. Okay, Emery. We have Bauble. We have Lotus Petal. We got enough stuff for Emery to be good. We'll take an Emery. This is what it feels like when everything is open. Holy cow. Sowing Myco Spawn, if I'm playing green, is really good. Because it can just grab Tolarian Academy, it can grab Workshop, do all this stuff. However, I don't know. I only have 2 green cards right now, and I don't have really much in the way of fixing. So I think I'm going to take this first. Just make sure I can play the cards I want to play, and then maybe we'll get there. I could Gush, but again, the problem is like nothing Workshop Academy, none of these are islands. Gush is good with Vivi. That's about it. Planisphere is okay. I could take Copperline Gorge. That helps me play Minsc and Boo Chariot. Planisphere can get big. It is an artifact that taps for Urza. I can play it off Workshop. And I could just cut Minsc and Boo Asika's Chariot if that is the plan. But I have 1, 2... Okay. We'll see what happens here. Mana Confluence. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. That's this sucks. I want this. I want Metamorphose. I could probably cut these now. Because now my red-blue fixing is good. Or I just play Minsc and Boo because it's insane. Wheel of Fortune in this deck seems pretty good with Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze. Yeah. Because Breach, Wheel of Fortune is also a combo. And then Bazaar. Probably playing Bazaar in this deck. We'll see. Wait, is this the first ever Candelabra deck that Caleb will play? Hang on. Hang on. Candelabra. Alright, let's try it. I've hated on this card for so long. Let's give it a shot. See how it performs. Take a Talisman. Take a Steam Vents. Like, if ever there was a deck for Candelabra to perform, this is the deck. Because we have Bazaar of Baghdad, Workshop, and Tolarian Academy. Specifically, going Candelabra, Untap, Academy, and Bazaar is interesting. So, we'll try it, see what happens, see if we like it. What is the point of drafting if you're not willing to test out... Wow, we wheeled that. Okay, probably Minsc and Boo's getting in the deck now. What is the point of drafting if you're not willing to try cards that, you know, the theory says it's bad, but I feel like that's on average. The existence of Bazaar in this deck makes me much more interested in it. Because Bazaar makes it so I can, like, never flood out, basically. This is a lot of stuff we have, though. This is a lot of stuff we have. I might just cut Trinket Mage. Emery's like a 1. Kappa Cannoneer's like a 1. Time Spiral's there. Minsc and Boo is just like a weird plan B that maybe isn't necessary. We'll see. I feel like Workshop is actually not that good in this deck either. The more I look at the deck, the more I see the flaws, right? Like, I could play Workshop. I'm playing like 2 cost. I think I'm not playing Workshop in this deck, which means I need to cut some Talismans. Cut this one. Mindstone's okay. I could cut this card. This is 24. Bazaar's kind of a spell. Okay. I mean, I could cut Minsc and Boo. It does just win the game. Thassa's Oracle, Brain Freeze. Oh, I can cut Thassa's Oracle, right? I can just Brain Freeze them to death. I don't need that. I can use it as a backup, but I don't need it. So if they have an Eldrazi, I can bring it in. This is 24. I could run 16 lands with Lotus Petal, Mind Stone, Talisman. Alright. Show me what you got, Candle. Run it like that. Trinket Mage. If I had Lion's Eye Diamond, way more about Trinket Mage. I guess technically Lotus Petal can act as an LED in a pinch. Retrofitter. Yeah, we'll see what Candle can do. Candle plus Bazaar and Academy is interesting. Oh, if I run the Bountiful Landscape, I have to run a basic forest in this deck. Is that okay? I can cut Minsc and Boo completely. Then I don't have to run basic forest. What's my green sources look like right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd have 5 green. Probably enough for a chariot too. You can copy the hamster. That doesn't actually work. I have Urza Karnstrux with chariot. That's gotta be good. Then I can cut. Is this really a copter deck? Maybe not. Copter's really good, but I don't have. I guess I have a couple 1/1s, right? I think copter's the cut. This is just better. And then now I feel okay adding basic forest. 3 mountains gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources. That's plenty. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. Okay, let's try it like that. See you all round 1. All right, we're playing against Swamp Justice. What a name, man. We have, what does this hand even do? No red source, but we have Breach Brain Freeze. Problem is I don't have Lion's Eye Diamond, so we would need to Brain Freeze ourselves for so much. That way I can Lotus Petal myself up. No red source makes this probably a mulligan, but these two in my opener is tempting, and I can crack this for a card draw. Right, this is just the comp. I'm gonna keep. My deck is a lot of mana. Bazaar of Baghdad would be an exceptional draw. Let's lead on Island. And I'm just gonna play this. I know it doesn't exile something from the graveyard, but my main intention is to just cycle this for a card draw so I can maybe hit a red source. Because deck Fade and Underworld Breach Brain Freeze also pretty good. Turn 1, Arena of Glory tapped. Spicy. Let's go. I don't want to get just killed by a Ragavan, so let's get a Walking Ballista out there. Yeah, single basic forest really coming back to haunt me here. Because this would have been a mountain otherwise. Although, my issue is more with total quantity of lands rather than specific lands. I just need 3 for Dak Faden. But once I hit 3, if there's no red source in the 3, then the forest is definitely hurting me. Chain Lightning the Ballista. You take 1. Here comes Ocelot Pride. Nothing. Manatithe. Okay. I can Kappa Cannoneer, but look, we need to draw something good here. Okay. Play Bazaar. That is my land activation, but I have other things I can play instead. Let's activate this. Whew. Candelabra's looking like a pretty good first discard. Let's ditch Candelabra. At this point, Dak Faden seems less useful. Although, I can use Candelabra plus Bazaar to just, cruise through my deck. Hang on. Dak Faden, Kappa Cannoneer. I already used my land drop this turn, so I'm not going to have red next turn either. So I guess I'm ditching Corey Steelcutter. Yeah, I can't play this. Do I want to cast this? Right now, my answer is no. My answer is I do not want to play this card. I'd rather discard it to Bazaar. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can discard Bountiful Landscape and find a better untapped red source. The opponent is not hasting out Luminarch Aspirant. They're also not holding up a plateau. So interesting stuff going on there. Retrofitter Foundry. Alright, let's Bazaar. There's a mountain, so I can ditch this. Do I just ditch Retrofitter Foundry? Because I can go, Candelabra, Bazaar of Baghdad again, and just have a completely full graveyard. I can also just play Retrofitter and activate it. I guess I'll discard Brain Freeze. Let's go Mountain, Retrofitter Foundry. And I can activate it to block, or I can start getting artifacts in play to make a potential Tolarian Academy enable Brain Freeze much easier. But so far, 2 turns, there's been no desire to Candelabra Bazaar of Baghdad. If I had an Echo of Aeons, I'd be more interested, maybe. City of Traders. Okay, this is like a Glorybringer. Ooh, okay. They're not dashing it, but this is going to be a lot of double strike damage, so I will probably try and block with the Foundry if I can. Because it's going to be 8 damage. They probably have a removal spell. No. Alright, I'll take that. Saving 8 health is not bad. Draw a Lotus Petal. That is one we were looking for. Am I just able to win? That is enough to go Underworld Breach. That might just be enough to win. Lotus Petal. Underworld Breach. They reprieve the Underworld Breach. That's fine. I think. I could take one more turn here. Let me do the math, right? Because I'd have to brain freeze them. I have one Lotus Petal, right? I replay it. I can Bazaar to put 3 more cards into my graveyard. So I would have 11. I would have to exile 6 to Lotus Petal twice. And then I'd have to exile 3 more. So I'd have to exile 9 cards to then be able to brain freeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can mill them for 21. Let me check this again. 3. If I had a cat, this would be okay. But I don't. Stormcloud is 3, 4. I activate Bazaar. Then I Lotus Petal twice. 5, 6. Brain freeze myself. How many cards does that put in my graveyard? A lot. 21, 7. I think that's enough. Let's just see what happens. Cast Underworld Breach. Activate Bazaar. Discard all 3. Play Lotus Petal. Exiling land, deck Faden. Crack Lotus Petal for blue. Play Lotus Petal. Exiling Quarry Steelcutter, Kappa Cannoneer, Soul Guide Lantern. Deck for blue. Brain freeze myself. Exiling Candle, Chalice, Bauble. Need to make sure I have enough to then Lotus Petal, brain freeze them. Down to 1 card in deck. Lotus Petal. Exiling Mountain, land. I think we're doing it. Sack for blue. Play Lotus Petal, exiling this, and this. Sack for blue. Yeah, we did it. Wow. So Bazaar Baghdad was excellent. Candelabra did nothing, but we're keeping it in. This is the Candelabra test. If ever there was a deck that could make use of Candelabra successfully, it's this one. We have Academy, we have Vivi, we have Urza. We have all the stuff. Opponent's playing an aggressive deck. Do I run Planisphere to stop them from hitting me for damage? It seems okay, but like our deck's pretty good, to be honest with you. I think this deck is kind of solid. If we had Academy in play, Candelabra would have been good. I guess the other benefit with Bazaar, if you draw Candelabra and you don't need it, we can get rid of it. Oof. On the draw with this hand is pretty rough. I can do better. The Brain Freeze is kind of a mulligan. There's Underworld Breach. I think I keep this and ditch maybe Asika's Chariot. Let's keep. Or do I just ditch an island? Honestly, I'll just ditch an island. I have 3 mana, which is kind of all the deck needs. On the draw, though, is really rough. They mulled to 5. Swamp Justice. I hope that's how they say their name. Gadgeteer's pretty good. Kind of wish I had an extra land now. Okay, they do nothing. They're holding up Reprieve, maybe? Steam Vents. Let's go Mountain. I don't necessarily mind if they reprieve like a Mind Stone. We're just trading 2 mana for 2 mana. Okay. Oh, it's a Felia. That's what it is. It's nothing? They mulled a 5 and they have no play till turn 3? Wow. Elite Spellbinder. Okay. Well, I can Walking Ballista for 2 to kill this. They probably take Gadgeteer. Or Breach. Taking Breach would make it harder to go off. If they take Gadgeteer, I'm playing Ballista. If they take Ballista, I think I'm just going to play Gadgeteer. Breach is interesting. Tolarian Academy. I think we want some artifacts, guys. Let's go... Yeah, let's just see if I can get... They had a Chain Lightning. Academy's great here. I can go Gadgeteer, tap Vents, and then Walking Ballista. Okay, we'll do that. Play Gadgeteer. Play tapped Steam Vents. There is a world where I'm supposed to play Tolarian Academy there, because then if I draw a green source, I can Asika's Chariot. We'll see if I regret this. Forest. Oh, is it Minsc and Boo? Elite Spellbinder to Minsc and Boo is pretty strong, if that is the play. Which I don't know what else you would be splashing for here. If I had Walking Ballista, I could have killed Elite Spellbinder and then stopped at least 1 turn of Minsc and Boo. It's not Minsc and Boo. Take 3. What? Post-combat Minsk and Boo is really wild. What? Why? It is haste. They want to protect it? I don't know. If I had played Walking Ballista, though, we'd be in decent shape. This is kind of rough, though. Ketria Triumph. So I can access green mana. Let's go Walking Ballista. X equals 2. Investigate. Activate abilities cost 1 less. So let's go Ketria Triumph. We're going to be taking a lot of damage off Boo. I can kill the Elite Spellbinder at least. I don't know why. Maybe someone can let me know. I don't know what benefit there is of doing this post-combat. Okay, Minsk and Boo, hamster gets huge. We just gotta kill him. Drawing Brain Freeze might be enough. Drawing Bazaar of Baghdad also might be enough. Attack. Let's shoot this down. And I will take 7. Problem is I literally die next turn. Let's see, if I block with the Chariot, I take 3 and then they can fling it at me. And also draw 7 cards. Seems kind of good. Okay, what is going on? Why are we doing all these things post-combat? Why? Genuinely, there's gotta be something I'm missing. Ocelot Pride, they didn't gain life. I have no idea. Okay. They could just have one more counter. Currency Converter. That is an artifact. Factual statement. This costs effectively nothing. Let's play this. Actually, this generates mana off the clue. Do that. I definitely want a Tolarian Academy. So for 1 mana, I can draw and discard off Currency Converter. I can also play Asika's Chariot here, which will give me a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Asika's Chariot. I'll get another artifact, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Which is enough to activate Walking Ballista twice thanks to the Gadgeteer. So I can make it a 3/3. I can kill this, I can kill this. Asika's Chariot plus Forensic Gadgeteer is enough to block the Boo and not die. They have 1 card in hand. If they just had counters, I can easily block and survive. I think Chariot is probably my highest value play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which they knew about. Make 2 cats. That's 7. So I can activate this twice, right? Because it should cost 1 less. Activate abilities of artifacts you control cost 1 less. So I should be able to get this up to 3, which is ping ping, block, and activate a clue. Do this now. Activate again. And then I think I would rather Currency Converter. Discard Urza. That sucks. But at least I get him in play. Pass turn. I guess I want to shoot this now. I can also kill Minsk and Boo here. Can I? That would also solve the problem. I can ping both blockers. Up. This becomes 1 power. I can only hit him for... Hang on. Kill both of these. Minsk and Boo takes 3. Ping Minsk and Boo. They can still uptick. But then I have blockers. They can't sacrifice to draw like 600 cards. That feels kind of better, actually. Let me think about this. Attack like this. Kill this. Kill this. 1 Walking Ballista left. And then he takes 3. Yeah. Turn off auto yields here. Shoot this. Shoot this. Stop you from sacrificing the hamster. Because I have blockers. And that's fine. I could also Underworld Breach back the Walking Ballista if I need to. Or the Urza. I can Underworld Breach back Urza, which would also be really good here. That's so much mana. They have 2 cards. They can attack me for 10. I can take 7. Or 6. Attack me. So, this is higher risk, but I'm going to crew. If they have Path Exile, I die. But I want to get Asika's Chariot dead, actually, because I can replay it with Urza's stuff. And I get to keep the cats, then can hopefully kill Minsk and Boo post-combat as well. Because again, Minsc and Boo's at 2, right? So I need to stop it from killing me. Chain Lightning that. Okay. Not a great spot to be in. We draw Bazaar of Baghdad, which kind of makes Underworld Breach fire, to be honest. How do we do this? Can I kill here? A lot of good questions. Let's just play Bazaar and activate it right away. Discard 2 lands. Oh, I can get a treasure token. Yes. Although now Urza's stuck in my graveyard. Urza might be more mana than a treasure token. Maybe that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a very expensive Underworld Breach. What am I even doing with this? Underworld Breach is here. I can... This taps for how much mana? 5. I guess it's probably just Urza. Then I will play the Urza. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Urza makes a construct, which is a 6/6. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can activate Urza's ability. Show me what you got. Even a land doesn't work, actually. Time Spiral. Let's go, dude. Cast Time Spiral without paying its mana cost. Holy cow. Alright, give me Academy. Give me Bazaar. That's insane. Okay. Let's... Wow. Start off by activating Bazaar of Baghdad. Yeah. Okay. VV Ornator is going to give us a ton of mana. I don't need a Chalice. Soulguide Lantern can draw cards. Minsc and Boo is insane. Emery's cool. She can fill our graveyard for Underworld Breach. Let's discard this. I mean, these are all good with Vivi, right? But yeah, these are all good with Vivi. Let's keep the cheap stuff. Ditch an Emery. Keep an Emery. Oh my god, this is overwhelming. I'll ditch a Kappa Cannoneer for now. I'm not going to exile any of these. Let's play out a Vivi. We're going places. We are going places. I guess I'm supposed to attack Minsc and Boo with the cats before anything else happens. Reprieve. That's annoying. Okay. We can still do it. We just miss out on a bit of mana, but that's okay. Play Vivi. Then Lotus Petal. Then Soulguide Lantern. Exile your Reprieve. Then I can retrofit her. Then I can Emery. Oh boy, okay. Emery lets me do some things. What am I playing from my bin here? Urza lets me tap for blue. I'm not playing Kappa Cannoneer. Tapping this for mana for sure. Corey Steelcutter? Asika's Chariot? I mean, the Chariot is a lot of tokens. Can I kill this turn? I don't think that I can. I play Dak Faden. Dak Faden. Oh, I can play Corey Steelcutter and equip it to the construct. That's the play. Back this for red. Yeah, that's how I kill them. Play Corey Steelcutter. Exile land, Chalice. Ping it for damage. Then we can play... I guess I'm supposed to play Kappa Cannoneer from there. I can play just a Lotus Petal. This dude adds so much mana, right? Activate Vivi. Add a bunch of red. 2, 3, 4. Vivi adds a bunch of mana. Let me use that to equip this here. The 10/10 trample. Then I guess I will just play Lotus Petal so then I can Minsc and Boo. This is insane, dude. Do that. Correct this for green. 2 can play this game. Minsc and Boo is coming down. And then I could have actually this has haste and trample, right? So I could have Minskin boost, sack this to draw 10 cards. Keep going. Sick. See you guys next round. Oh, right, we're playing against Aiden. We're on the play. Love to see that for me. Yeah. This is turn 1 retrofitter. Turn 2 activate. It depends on what I draw. Because you gotta play Urza on turn 4 here. I really want to be able to activate retrofitter before Urza comes down. Just to get another artifact thing to play. But I think turn 1 retrofitter, turn 2 activate, turn 3 tap land activate. Hopefully hit something else. Okay, I'm on board. I can also go Thundering Falls Candle. We'll see what they have. Ignoble Hierarch. Okay, can't block that with retrofitter. We draw Mind Stone. Well, things have changed. Any untapped land I can play in Urza now. And I guess I'll play the candle. It's in play. I have the card in play. We'll see what happens after this. Sentinel of the Nameless City. Okay, that attacks for a lot. Land untapped. Let's go. It's not a blue source. No way. No way. The first time I ever play this, it comes up. Blue, red, 1 mana, untap an island, spending 1 red mana. It's come up. I have used Candelabra to fix my mana. That's insane, actually. Get a construct. Go ahead. That's hilarious that I have used this to generate blue. They can attack for a lot, right? Is this Minskin Boo? Okay, Tamio's fine. What do you have? Time Walk? It's always Time Walk with them. Name's Brain Freeze. Whoa, okay, you're like a storm thing. Imperial Seal, Tamio. Interesting. There's a Vivi. We can kill Tamio unless they chump block, I think. So I guess we'll start there. Attack Tamio. They just chump, so there's no need to do anything here. Okay. That happens. Let's see what Thundering Falls brings. Let's put that in the graveyard. Tap this for mana. Play Vivi. Don't have anything to play with Vivi yet. But I can retrofitter for a ton of mana next turn. I am looking forward to Candelabra Bazaar. That does seem kind of fire. We'll see if I die, right? They can Imperial Seal off Ignoble Hierarch. And then if they have card draw, they can draw into whatever they hit. Thundertrap Trainer. Okay, so I get to see what they grab, which is nice. Probably Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze. They almost certainly have Underworld Breach. Ever since Pokemon. This is a really weird build of Breach Brain Freeze. Okay, let me make a servo. And see if I can kill them before I die. Multiversal Passage. These are some pretty rough draws. I guess we start cracking the Mind Stone here. Using an island. Currency Converter, I guess, is okay. Vivi gets bigger. Let me draw and discard. Okay. Exile this from the graveyard, sure. Really rough. They're just gonna chump block the Tamio with Thundertrap Trainer. And I don't think this can only hit players. It's not great. Definitely not great. Add mana. Add mana. 2, 3, 4. I guess I can play this and keep the construct untapped. I just don't think it matters that much. Or I can keep Vivi around, maybe. If I hit like something good, I can use Vivi to get extra mana. Okay, sure. Play this. Let's just make this island. Pay life, yes. Activate Urza. Soul Guide Lantern. Cast for free, makes Vivi better. I don't think there's a card I can hit here, but I can exile Brain Freeze from their graveyard But because I used Vivi instead of my mana, I actually can't. Oh no, I can. Okay, let's get rid of Imperial Seal. Yeah, that's right. I actually can use it to do something interesting. Imperial Seal is down. I can at least force them to chump the Tameo. I hit something. Soul Guide Lantern can stop a Brain Freeze combo. And I can activate Vivi for 2, but that doesn't do anything for me here. We'll just hold this up to stop Brain Freeze from killing me. What do you name with Tameo? Lion's Eye Diamond. They hit 4 cards, none of which was Lion's Eye Diamond. As long as we can exile Breach with Soul Guide Lantern. Oh. Okay, so they can Underworld Breach. They can Brain Freeze themselves in response. At the moment, I'm okay with Breach existing. The problem is there's no good way. I've never done this before. If I stop them right now, they can Brain Freeze themselves, and they'll have enough to. They don't have extra blue actually, so they Brain Freeze themselves one time. If they hit Lion's Eye Diamond though, I just die. So I'll let them use their blue mana. I don't know if you can really stop Soul Guide Lantern. Or I don't know if you can really stop the Brain Freeze loop with Underworld Breach. We'll see. Never faced against an opponent breaching with the Soul Guide Lantern before. But if I pop it now, they can cast. Yeah, they also have an island, right? They can go Brain Freeze themselves, Brain Freeze themselves. Storm count's only 1. They have a ways to go. They can Oko my Urza. They can Oko my Soul Guide Lantern and then Brain Freeze. Honestly, that's kind of sick. Yeah, Oko my Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. You gotta hit it in the top 9 cards of your deck. Let's see if they got it. Not there. Not there. Ah, oh, just barely got there. They had a 50-50. If I had exiled their graveyard, I'm gonna F6 now. If I had done it in response to Underworld Breach, I think they still can kill me because they can cast Brain Freeze twice. And then that's even more Storm Count. So I think I played it correctly. They played it correctly too. Let's just see the rest of their deck. I see Force of Negation. It's hilarious we're both playing this. Everyone's storming today. Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, their deck is... Let's concede. Their deck is definitely something. Graveyard Hate, do I have any? No. I want to kill them really quickly. This isn't like a deck that... Oh, I could Thassa's Oracle. Unfortunately, I don't have like a way to flash in Thassa's Oracle. Otherwise, that would be sick. I think the deck's fine as it is. I'm a little worried about Wheel of Fortune specifically against their deck, but I could have just won. They have Force of Negation. That's such a problem. Yeah, I guess if they have Force of Negation, I don't play Wheel of Fortune. Candelabra, in that game, right, I had a ton of mana, but nothing to, like, do with it. Although Candelabra did add mana with Urza, right? So it was a 1 mana rock. Smuggler's Copter also kind of good in some situations. Yeah, Force of Negation. What's up with that? They can erase my brain, or exile my Brain Freeze. Or my Underworld Breach. Either one is not very cool. Or my Time Spiral. Do I just hope they don't have it? That's so annoying. This is like the worst matchup for me. Do I just get super aggressive because their deck doesn't look like that good against super aggressive stuff? Go like that. Just cut Breach Brain Freeze stuff. Cut the Time Spiral. Run a Trinket Mage. At that point, I probably want to cut Bazaar of Baghdad. Losing Time Spiral is pretty rough, but I guess I do. Cut Time Spiral, add back Grim Lavamancer. Is this a Grim Lavamancer deck? At that point, I'm cutting Candle, or I don't have many other options. Talisman of Curiosity. Okay, let's try a fair deck. I think Force of Negation makes it way too sketchy to try and go for this. And this hand's... It's got a Soul Guide Lantern. I can play a turn 1 Smuggler's Copter, but then I don't have a turn 2 creature, so there's not a ton of point in that. I can play turn 1 Retrofit or Foundry, but then I can't do anything good turn 2. Wait, no, I can. I can go turn 1 Retrofitter Foundry, turn 2 Lotus Petal out a Smuggler's Copter. I think I want to just go Thundering Falls here. Save Lotus Petal for like Minsk and Boo, right? It's much more impactful to cast a 4-drop on turn 3 than it is to cast a 2-drop on turn 1. I think. At least these 2 drops. Ketria Triome does help with my mana, but I already have okay mana. Entering tapped, I think, is a big point against it. We're going to go Copter this turn, and then hopefully I can Trinket Mage crew the Copter next turn. Okay, that works. Let's go. Island Copter. And Trinket Mage can grab Walking Ballista, maybe? Yeah. Oh, I hope that's all they have. 1 land in Avacyn's Pilgrim? No, they have more. Tolarian Academy, okay. We can go Academy, Lotus Petal. Retrofitter Foundry is free. Tap this for 3 for a Trinket Mage. Currency Converter, Everflowing Chalice, Bauble, Ballista. I want a Ballista. Let me crew this Copter, see what's happening here. Attack you for 3. Talisman's not bad. Let me ditch this. I guess maybe I do want to play out Soul Guide Lantern, just in case they have the combo like literally next turn. I do have to exile my own stuff, which is kind of annoying. And I'm gonna keep Walking Ballista around for next turn, because killing Avacyn's Pilgrim is fine. Walking Ballista will decimate their board next turn. We'll see what they got. You have Pest Infestation. That's annoying, but they can only kill one thing. Copter is the scariest thing. Imperial Seal. Alright, very curious to see what they do to get out of this. But losing the Copter is pretty rough. They probably Oko the Soul Guide Lantern, maybe? Draw Mountain. I don't have any looting, so let's go Mountain. How much mana do I have? I guess Talisman is mana neutral, so let's play Talisman. This adds 4, 5, 6, 7. So not quite enough, which means I can activate Retrofitter Foundry first. Then this adds 5, 6. So I can do this 3 times. Yeah, 3 times Walking Ballista. Or I can do it twice, or I can Retrofitter Foundry again, right? Tap, untap. That does leave them with Avacyn's Pilgrim, which I don't want to do though. So let's activate this for 6. Then we attack with Trinket Mage. See if they block with a Pest. Okay, if they don't, we'll ping this thing and pass turn. Very curious what they tutored for. Force of Negation, maybe? That's a Chalice. That's a big Chalice. 2, 3, 4. Cast Chalice kicked twice. This effectively costs 1 mana. Cool. Let me attack with Trinket Mage and Walking Ballista. Okay, I will 6, 7, 8. Put some counters on this. They just concede. Nice. Okay, just going for damage makes the most sense there. Okay, the fair game plan seems to be working. Let's see if we can keep it up. Kind of excited about this Lavamancer too. So they have Pest Infestation too. This is just a nightmare matchup. Let's keep this. Chariot, VV, kind of sick. I think. I don't know actually. Turn 1 Retrofitter. Okay, I like that. Do this, do this. Great Divine Guide. You get mana for days. Tolarian Academy. Dude, I'm drawing so hot right now. So I can go Soul Guide Lantern, Tolarian Academy, Everflowing Chalice. I mean, if you just draw Academy, it's a good deck. Who knew? Who knew? Unfortunately, I can't go VV and Isika's Chariot in the same turn. Right now, I'm thinking Chariot's just better, because then I could attack with it and copy Urza tokens or whatever. Thundertrap Trainer. Did that just whiff? Holy cow, it just whiffed. That's unfortunate. Each land and ally you control has this. Oh, they could have not made it whiff, right? Brainstorm, put a spell on top. Although you never expect this card to whiff, usually. I need to get rid of this thing. Angie's Ravager. That's also pretty sick. Uh, that draws me so many cards over the next turn, which I like a lot. I can also play Seeker's Chariot to do some Tillerian Academy stuff. If I activate this, I still have tons of mana. Yeah. This gives me 4, so I can have 5 mana potentially. If I go Angie's Ravager this turn, and then Chariot next turn, I can then also, I could go Chariot into Vivi, or Vivi into Chariot next turn. And I think that just makes sense to me. And this costs 3 to untap. So can't do it this turn. But next turn we're gonna have so much mana and cards. 5 mana. Okay, thank God it's not Pessimization. Although it is bouncing Angie's Ravager and making like 15 spirits. Not great. Second from the top or on the bottom. Because they have a 4/4, I think it goes to the bottom now. It's an insane card for sure. 4/4 makes spirits. Okay, this enters tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands, so I have to do this on green here. Forest. Untapped. Let's play our Vivi. How much does this tap for? 4. I want to make this into a 4/4. Play Vivi. All of this. Seeker's Chariot. Make 2 cats. I can make a flyer right now, or I can make another 1/1. I think I want to make a flyer. Go ahead. I don't know, maybe it makes more sense to make a 1/1 because that costs more mana and I had the mana to do it, but I have so much mana next turn. They shock in, jeez. I might lose this. It's a really hard matchup. They have Force of Negation, so my unfair plan doesn't work, and then they have Pest Infestation against my artifacts. And without, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to run Wheel of Fortune, Time Spiral, but because they have Breach combo, it feels pretty bad to run Wheel of Fortune because they could just untap and kill me. But maybe I'm overthinking it. But this looks like Pest Infestation to make me very sad. Okay, it's just loot. Loot's really good too. Okay, you attack me for a lot. Loot can kill anything if I like double block him. They don't attack with loot. So they have a 4/4 flying, 2 spirits. None of these are spirits. I can chump the 4/4 to gain some life, but I think I'm better off pumping out 4/4s here. Go to 11. Bountiful Landscape. Okay. This is not great. Let's turn this into a 4/4. Crew the Chariot with the 2 cats. Play an untapped land. I can cycle this land for cards, actually. Okay, that's pretty good. Although, I could also just put all my mana into Retrofitter Foundry. I don't know if that's the best idea. Maybe that is the play, though. I have 5. I have a lot of mana. I think just put all my mana into Retrofitter Foundry makes sense. Play this. Attack with the Chariot. Copy the 4/4. Loot gets 3 mana up. Do they have instant speed token removal here? In green? They have Tear Sunder. Oh my god. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. You got it. They take 4. The Seeker's Chariot does not die. And we can do a lot of things here. Let's use Vivi's ability at blue. 1, 2, 3. Untap this. This is 4, so I can go 2, untap, make a blocker, but it's not a great spot for me because they're still attacking for like a ton of damage. So given that, I don't know how much better I can do though. I'm at 11. I'm just probably dead. Losing the 4, I lost 2 4/4s. I was not expecting instant speed Greenway to exile the thing, but it happens. They move to combat. Yeah, I'd have 2 4/4s blocking here. Okay, let me activate Retrofitter. Tap Academy. Untap this. And I think I just make another servo. I don't make a flyer yet. I take 6. I can do 9 damage and put me to 2. With Loot's ability. If they have Chain Lightning, I'm just dead, but... Okay, they draw 3. Pretty good. I would like that right now. I'm gonna crack Soul Guide Lantern to draw. I think I need to hit something useful here, because I'm at 5 life. Okay, the bat is annoying because it's flying. That does give me lethal attackers in the air. Maybe they sided out the breach combo too. That would be hilarious. Okay, expect this to draw. Hers is a good one. That's a particularly strong card here. Play Lotus Petal. Really good with VV. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play an Urza. I need a blue. Huh. I actually don't have very good blue. Okay, let's add blue here, I guess. Play Urza. I need like a diversity of blockers. Crew the Chariot. I guess with the construct because 2 cats can also attack, which is fairly relevant. I somehow need to make so many flying blockers though. Then we're going to Retrofitter, make a 1/1 servo. I can activate Urza, or I can try and make 2 flying blockers. This is 7 mana. Let me untap. Let me sack a servo to make a flyer. Let me untap. Let me sack a servo to make a flyer. Oh, I should have been tapping these. Yeah, that's more. I missed out on 1 mana that way. A1 here. Sack this to make a flyer. Then 1, 2. I can tap this for mana. This enters tapped. Yeah, 1 mana short of being able to make a Thopter into a 4/4 here. That's okay. I get to attack with the Chariot. Keep back the cats. They have 2 unblockable spirits here. Yeah, the cats are bad attacks. I can copy a Thopter because they can attack with loot, kill a Thopter, then I can't chump. Or I can copy a Construct and try and kill them next turn. I think I have to try and kill them next turn. If they have removal, they have removal. If I have 2 Thopter blockers, I block here and here. I just die to loot plus the spirits, actually. Actually, I'm just dead on board. I think I'm just dead on board. Loot plus spirits kills me. That's unfortunate. That's really bad. Dang it. Yeah, the unblockable aspect of these. Yeah, this does 3, this does 2. I'm at 5. Well played by them. Block, block. No spirits to block those, and I die. Really close. I think we had it next turn, right? With the double construct, but loot takes it down. This card's really strong. Mind Stone. Kappa Cannoneer would have been good. Alright, see you next round. Alright, we're playing against Son of Nothing. Full disclosure, this is like many days later compared to the last video, like last round I recorded, so I'm trying to remember the deck. We'll see what we can do. This hand looks good. We'll see Soul Guide, Urza, Mind Stone. That all feels pretty good. I think I want to wait to Soul Guide to see if they play anything turn 2. I can also go tap Steam Bend, save 2 life that way. Because I can go Mind Stone into Soul Guide. I don't know if this is a good idea, but it saves me 2 life given the information I have right now. The downside is I can't crack Soul Guide to then draw into my land to hit Urza on turn 3, hopefully, but let's just draw land. Ever-flowing Chalice. Okay, I'm gonna go Mind Stone into the Lantern. And hopefully hit an untapped land for Urza. Hitting Tellurian Academy would be awesome. Hitting a green source. I don't have many untapped green sources, but Chariot plus Urza is... This is one of the best things I've learned from the cube data, that like Chariot plus Urza works well because the construct is such a good thing to copy. I hope they don't counter this, but gotta go for it. Okay, they do. Goodbye, Urza. I could have gone for Everflowing Chalice, maybe, but I think just resolving Urza in that spot is so powerful. Then they have Iteration. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to jam Chalice, right? Because now they're playing this, they won't have Counter Magic up. Mana Crypt, never mind, it doesn't matter. They have infinite mana. Yikes. Yeah, they could have had mana up after that. There's Breach. Problem is my deck doesn't, like, do anything anymore. I can cast Chalice Kick twice. And then I could play a Walking Ballista for 1. Or like, X, yeah, X equals 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I can do 3 next turn. I mean, my hand doesn't do anything else. I can pop Soul Guide Lantern. I think I'm going to do that. If I draw a green source for a Seeker's Chariot, most of them enter tapped, so... Dude, come on! This is such a disaster. I couldn't, like, have known they had Hull Breacher there. Turns out Ballista was the play. And then I'm gonna get Time Twisted. Glorybringer? I mean, I respect the hustle. Just very frustrating that they Hull Breachered my Soul Guide Lantern crack. And now I just can't draw any cards. I can play Walking Ballista, they can just kill it. I guess we'll try. Okay. So I can kill the Hull Breacher. I can maybe force them to exert the Glorybringer, buy me like a little bit more time, because now I basically need to draw like Wheel of Fortune into like ability to breach stuff. Stock up, you got it. Going Currency Converter into Wheel of Fortune would be, I guess, not even that good. This isn't, I'm thinking of the 3-drop that's whenever you discard a card, choose 1 of 3. That would be sick with Wheel of Fortune. Okay, they do exert. So, I mean, I do get to kill this guy. And this does give me quite a bit more time to, like, ping this. To find answers and whatnot. What is 6 cards in hand? What are they doing? I guess they just played Sock Up, that's right. We're probably dead. We're probably very dead to counter magic. We draw Academy. I guess that's fine. Let me attempt a Currency Converter. Then we can Academy. Then I will loot. Draw a discard. Discard. At this point I can't play the Chariot. Do I want to exile that from my graveyard? No. Then I think I crack a Mind Stone. Retrofitted Foundry is quite good. Play that. I'm beating Mana Leak. This is Force of Negation. Lose Focus with Replicate. Okay, so they have Mana Leak and Lose Focus. I can beat these. There's no point in doing that. Super unfortunate, but we're at 9, and their deck doesn't appear to be pressuring us too much. Retrofitter would have just been nice for more Tolarian Academy mana. And did they put on top? They did. Alright, I guess we'll find out what they put on top. Tinker. Oh, Oculus. Okay. So we're dead next turn, for sure. We need to find an answer. Oh, and they bounce my Chalice too. That's pretty gross. Alright, Breach. I don't really know how we can possibly get out of this, but it involves drawing like Wheel of Fortune. Time Spiral. That could do it. Let's go Chalice for 0. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, am I still 1 short of casting Time Spiral? Yes, I am. I can Underworld Breach, cast Retrofitter Foundry. I just don't have enough. I need to like Thundering Falls something for Underworld Breach to kill with. Mishra's Bauble. Guess I'll graveyard that. I don't think I'm winning. Them killing that. This is 9 damage. I can play a Walking Ballista, but they both have flying. I can play Underworld Breach, Bauble. 1, 2, 3. Tap Bauble with Tolarian Academy. Play an Urza. But that's I'm just still just dead. And I don't want to show them Breach in my deck. So they're just blue-red stuff. I think we just run it back. Yeah, I mean that start was just the whole Breacher was so disgusting. Countering Urza. I'm feeling like this deck is really feast or famine, kind of like if you draw the Urza, it's great. If you draw the cards like when you need it, they're pretty good. But otherwise, you either just have too much mana, nothing to do with it, or stuff to do and no mana. But we'll see. Opponent doesn't entirely know what our deck is, which is nice. We get to be on the play, which I don't know if that was last game. There's the candle. I'm gonna keep this. We do have a Kappa Cannoneer. I can fetch green with a landscape. I think I'm gonna go. It's hard to say because I'd like to Kappa Cannoneer as quickly as possible. Okay, let's go Island Candle. Then next turn Ballista. Still gonna be one artifact short of Kappa Cannoneer. They kept on top. Talisman, that's good. Let's play the landscape. Play the talisman. I can I can do it. I can do the thing. I could use this to untap this, fetch a green, so that I could seek his chariot. That is hilarious. It did something. I'm only been using Candelabra for the like backup purpose. Okay, so my opponent's shown mana leak. Let's shock this in. Ballista just for one. Playing around lose focus. And miscalc, which I think they had both. Of course they have mana leak. Dude, come on. Alright. Mana leak counters. They have 3 mana. Is it a Hull Breacher? Let's go Mountain. Play Emery. Tempt the Chariot. I just realized how much of a problem Hull Breacher is for this deck in general. Like, I don't know how I beat it. What if my game plan is Wheel of Fortuning myself? Here he comes. Ooh, okay. That's much better. Chandra. Chandra kills Emery. They're tapped out. I mean, this could be worse. We draw Brain Freeze. Okay. Play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me crew the chariot using you. Then attack you with this, attack Chandra with this, attack you with this. And then we're gonna make a copy of a cat. It's a good board. Candelabra Brain Freeze looking a little sus, but if we draw Underworld Breach, then we have Lotus Petal, so we can build like our sketchy version of the combo. Here comes Fury. Fortunately, Fury can't kill Kappa Cannoneer, so just gonna kill 2 cats and then trade with a chariot probably. Draw an artifact or anything. Dak Faden. Yeah. Take a Dak Faden. Target myself. We draw Underworld Breach. So this thing is a 5/5 but not unblockable. I think I'm gonna crew here and attack them for 4, make another cat. Make a cat. And next turn I can go for Underworld Breach stuff, I think. They trade. Because we are a bit short on mana. Next turn I get to go Dak Faden activation with my draw step. I just have to be a little wary of Hull Breacher. So I could, if I want to beat a Hull Breacher, go Underworld Breach, then Dak Faden activation. Then it doesn't matter if they Hull Breacher because I at least have like cards. I can at least get Underworld Breach in play. There's Glorybringer. It's not a Hull Breacher. It's pretty good though. Kills Dak Faden. They kill a cat. Yeah, Seeka's Chariot is crazy. My opponent's still taking 7 here. Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, let me attempt Underworld Breach. Let me Soul Guide Lantern them. Eat their mana leak. Then I can Brain Freeze myself. Exiling land. Great. Now I can play Lotus Petal. Land. Crow Kappa Cannoneer. Hey, we did it. Okay. We have a breach combo. Now they know about it. Glorybringer's tough for the deck to deal with, but we just gotta hope for the best. Candelabra did basically nothing, but it was an artifact, which is kind of what I've been saying. Like, any other one-mana artifact would have been better in that spot. It did untap the forest, I guess. It did do that. Vivi also so far has felt really bad. But we'll see. Give it hope. Asika's Chariot though, this card is so good. I don't understand why I didn't like it before, but this is the best thing I've learned from the data, that Asika's Chariot is busted, and I'm playing it and it feels great. Because it's like, it's 8 power of creatures basically, and then if they don't kill it, you get a 2/2 every turn. And if you have a construct, suddenly you're getting like a 7/7 every turn. Well, we have the 2 lands, and we have Academy. Let's do it. Let's keep this. They mulled to 6. So we're up by 2 cards, although Bazaar's going to put us down a card pretty quickly here. Kappa Cannoneer. I can play Academy Bauble, but I think Bazaar helps me just get through my deck a bit easier. And I don't want to get Hull Breachered, so I can activate it now. Okay, there's Time Spiral. Don't care about Vivi. Island. Go ahead. Time Spiral Academy Bazaar is so sick, if I can get there. Okay, Malevolent Rebel. Of course, this time my opponent doesn't hold up 2 mana on turn 2 to counter stuff. What'd you hit? Town Greeter? I'm curious what they're doing over there. Malevolent Rumble, they said nice. I don't know. That was a while ago. They take... Remember that's Town Greeter Mountain. They take Thundering Falls. So they're just in on mana. Jack Faden's good. Let's draw. There's my Thundering Falls. Okay, I don't need a Triumph. At this point, I don't need an island. And Jack Faden's pretty good, but I already have Bazaar. Let's do that. And then I'm going to play Thundering Falls. Trying to, like, see more of my deck. Walking Ballista. It's okay. It is an artifact for Tolarian Academy, but I think I can do better. I'm looking for 1 mana artifacts, because then I can go Academy Bauble, you know, get stuff charged. The other problem is that dies to like Glorybringer, which they could play next turn. They kept on top, whatever it is. Landscape. Okay, let me... Do I activate Bazaar again? Yes, I have more stuff I can get rid of. They're probably running Counter Magic this turn. Oh god, it's Hull Breacher. Oh my god, okay. I didn't even think about that. They don't have Hull Breacher. Confirmed. Let's ditch Bountiful Landscape. Little bit expensive Asika's a Chariot, although this turn will be too... Yeah, it's just a little bit too expensive. And I could ditch Time Spiral because we're likely to be playing that much later. Sure. We're looking just for artifacts. Play that. We can go Copperline Gorge and pass turn. This Underworld Breach better show up, so I can just go nuts. I mean, if I can go like Wheel of Fortune and stuff, that'd be awesome. Malcolm, you got it. They kept on top. Hull Breacher, I don't know if I can beat, so I might just not be able to play around it. They ditch a Burst Lightning, that makes sense. They pass with all of their mana up. Mind Stone, that's a good one. See if Mind Stone resolves. Let's see if... I mean, they can't counter Tolarian Academy. Let's see if Mishra's Bauble resolves. Yeah, before I play the Academy. Go ahead. I don't have red mana for Wheel of Fortune. No, no! They play Hull Breacher. How can I possibly beat this? I guess I have to hit Brain Freeze, so I Bazaar Baghdad discarding Wheel of Fortune here. There's Underworld Breach. Yeah, ditch Wheel of Fortune and all of these, and then I just have Underworld Breach as my win con. That makes sense. We have mana, we have stuff, I just have to hit a Brain Freeze here. I will say Candelabra would be a pretty good draw right about now. Mostly because it lets me... No, Bazaar's bad. Never mind. Candelabra would be pretty bad. They ditched a Fury. They just have a ton of counter magic up. Oculus. Holding up like a mana leak type thing. I'm probably dead. I don't know how this deck can ever beat a Hull Breacher. but it involves hitting Brain Freeze off the Breach. Minskin Boo. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So currently not lethal, but like a light sneeze and I die. And unfortunately, no good way to like actually get further into my deck, right? Because I could go Underworld Breach, Wheel of Fortune, probably win. But the Stinking Hole Breacher makes it almost impossible. I can't activate Bazaar. I could play Minskin Boo. I could go Underworld Breach. Am I likely to survive next turn? That's the question I have to ask. Because I can go Underworld Breach into Emery, and Emery gives me 4 cards. And if I hit Brain Freeze, there's a chance. This is currently only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they could just Hasted Glurbing, right? They're halfway through their deck. I think my best shot is going for Underworld Breach into an Emery. And just hoping to hit Brain Freeze off the Emery. I'm just short of Walking Ballista for 2 on Hole Breacher. Minskin Boo, the hamster only has 1 power, so I can't like do that to kill Hole Breacher. They lose focus. So I can hit Lotus Petal off of Emery specifically. That's the play. Do that, play Emery. 1, 2, 3. No. But I can play other stuff. I mean, just Chalice for 1. Play this. Can't kick it. 1, 2, 3. I could play Ballista for 0, that doesn't do anything. I could Mishra's Bauble, but they'll... Except the first one they draw, so I can't even Bauble draw on their turn. I'm just, like, dead here. Okay, Breach goes away, and I think I die. But if I had hit... If they didn't counter it, I could hit Brain Freeze, and then, like, go into Lotus Petal. I could have hit Lotus Petal off of Breach, and at least had some hope. Time Twister. Yeah, right? If I wait... That doesn't actually kill me necessarily. It reshuffles Underworld Breach, but it does empty my graveyard, so I guess it kind of does kill me. Yeah, empty graveyard makes it... Hole Breacher is so ridiculous. Go to 1. Iteration. Yeah, I don't... If I could kill this card, I think this deck would have been much better. Like, a little bit of removal would have helped a lot. Walking Ballista could have been that. They have Mana Crypt. They have so much... Yeah, this card just destroyed me both games. They got a lot of cards. They bolt me. Okay, don't even get a chance to see. Alright, pretty disappointing finish for the deck. Let's recap. I think Vivi felt awful. I don't think I've ever played this card in a deck and been like, oh, I'm happy to have this card in the deck. It's just felt terrible every time, because it's like you spend 3 mana, and then you have to go through all this extra work to make it become like a add 2 mana card. They can kill it, so you can build your whole game plan around it, and even if you do have the draw of like, I'm going to play Vivi into Lotus Petal, Mishra's Bauble, they just kill it, and then you don't get it. Or even if you accomplish that, like, you're spending 3 mana for a thing that taps for 2-ish mana, compared to like just a talisman. The other thing is, I feel like if you're already playing a lot of non-creature spells, you typically don't need that much extra mana out of a 3-drop. I don't know. This card has felt awful. Candelabra, there wasn't like a time that I was excited about it. Most of the times when I had Academy, I had enough mana to do most of the stuff I wanted. It wasn't awful, but I think the deck overall, I think maybe the archetype's pretty bad too. Like, Breach Brain Freeze is good. We know that. I think Bazaar Breach Brain Freeze is a pretty sick combo, but I think the rest of the deck wasn't that good. Take that what you will. This is the best artifact deck I've had in a while. But it was like, when we won, it was like a Sika's Chariot, or I guess it's been like 3 days since I played the other rounds. Anyway, this deck, disappointing finish, but we tried it. I did play Candelabra. It didn't do anything useful. That being said, I never had it at the same time as Tellurian Academy, I don't think. So, you know, maybe we'll try it again. I doubt it though. There was no time when I was like, man, if only I had Candle. See you guys next time.